Hey kids, how you boys doing? What does
Sean 47.
look like? What?
Hello and welcome back to Sean 47. So I'm making this video in response to a video that Silver Scorpion made a little while back, which he called the Startup Challenge, in which he challenged other coin channels to make a video describing how they got into the hobby, how they got into the community, how they started their channel, why they started their channel, what got them into collecting and stacking precious metals in the first place. So I thought I'd make a video and tell you a little bit about how I got into it. So to tell this story, we need to take a ride on the Wayback Machine, all the way to the mid-1980s. Brian Mulroney was Prime Minister of Canada. The Challenger disaster, Reaganomics, Gorbachev, MTV. So here we are. It's the mid to late 1980s. My family is visiting my maternal grandparents at their old farmhouse out in the country. And I've asked my grandmother to show me her coin collection. She's gone through her collection with me and she's shown me several items. I'm going to show you a few of them here. She went through and she allowed me to have her Whitman Lincoln Coin Cent book, which, you know, being as old as it is, was in not the worst shape, but not the best shape either. And she allowed me to have it. She also allowed me to have her Canadian Small Cent book, Whitman book as well, which is in far worse shape. The cover's actually missing off the front of it. At some point later on, maybe the next time we visited, I'm not sure, we went to a dollar store near my grandmother's house and we picked up a newer Whitman Lincoln Coin Cent book, and I began moving the coins from the old one to the new one. Never actually finished that, so got the old book only has pennies on the last page, and the new book has pennies on all but the last page. Never did get a new Canadian Small Cent book though. And she also gave me Canadian 5 cents, which is not a Whitman, it's a different company. Unisafe? Anyway. Canadian 5 cent, Canadian 10 cent, and Canadian 25 cent. She allowed me to have those books, and over the next few years after that I worked on filling them up. There were some coins in them, especially the earlier coins. I didn't fill in a lot of those. Most of those were already in there. So she allowed me to have those, and she also gave me a handful of coins from her collection. Now, this was decades ago, so I don't actually remember what other coins she had that she kept, but she allowed me to keep some coins. So, 1982 Canadian Confederation Constitution. Got a 1977 Voyageur dollar, 1985 Voyageur dollar, 1968 Voyageur dollar, 1976 Voyageur dollar, and let's see, 76 US half dollar Kennedy, and a 71 Kennedy half dollar. She also gave me this Queen Elizabeth II Silver Jubilee commemorative medallion, Province of Ontario, Canada, which is super light. It's actually aluminum. Aluminum. And this Air Canada silver broom, little commemorative coin here. So, given the names of these, you know, silver dollars, silver broom. I believed for the longest time that these were all silver. I mean, obviously I know better now. But, so they're not worth very much monetarily, but these were the beginnings of my coin collection. These were a gift from my maternal grandmother, who's no longer with us. So these are special to me. They have sentimental value, and they are part of my permastack for that reason. Other earlier things in my collection here, I'll show you some of the very first things. At some point, maybe 4th or 5th grade, went on a class trip to the Fanshawe Pioneer Village in London, Ontario, Canada. And in the souvenir shop, I picked up a wooden nickel. These are some of the earliest items in my collection, but they're also some of the oddest items in my collection. I have this Ancient Unknown. One of the very first things I ever purchased from my local coin store in London, Ontario, where I grew up. And it was in a big bin labeled Ancients Unknown. It was $5 Canadian. I remember that. I have this 1893 Queen Victoria English farthing. I believe I also purchased that at the same coin shop, probably on that same trip actually. I purchased it at the same time as the Ancient Unknown. Some of the other oddities in my collection here. This tiny little thing is the center of a 1996 Canadian toonie. Back when toonies were made from two pieces and attached together. The modern toonies now are a single piece design. But in 1996, when the metal got cold in the Canadian winters and contracted a little, you could flex the toonie back and forth a bit, and with a little bit of work, the center would pop out without damaging the ring or the centerpiece. I carried that outer ring of a toonie on my keychain for 15, 20 years maybe? Something like that. At some point it got lost along the way. I might even still have it somewhere in a drawer or something, but I haven't seen it in years. I'm not sure where it ended up. But the center I stuck in my coin collection, so I still have it. They corrected that error after 96. So 1996 are the only toonies you can pop the centers out of, at least without damaging the rest of the coin. I'm sure I've mentioned this in previous videos, but my mother passed away in 1993, March of 93. So these next three items, these were special because of that. This is a souvenir from the Royal Canadian Mint. Went on a trip with my mother, my brother, and my mom's fiance to Ottawa in 1992, and this was a souvenir from the gift shop in the Mint. This one, also from a trip in '92. We went to South Carolina, took a road trip to South Carolina. And while we were there, one of the places we visited was the USS Yorktown at Patriot Point in Charleston, South Carolina, where we got to go on an aircraft carrier and a submarine, and that was pretty cool. So I've got a little commemorative coin here for the USS Yorktown, or commemorative medallion or round, I guess. It's not really a coin. And this piece. First piece of gold I ever owned. For the longest time, the most valuable item in my coin collection, monetarily, and still one of the most valuable sentimentally. This was one of the last gifts I ever received from my mother. If I remember right, I believe this was a Christmas present, Christmas of 1992. And as I just said, my mom passed in March of '93, so this was very shortly before her death. This is a $100 face value 1976 Montreal Olympic coin. Gold, obviously. So, those are some of the very earliest things in my collection, and some of the items that really got me interested in coins and collecting. So basically my grandmother got me started collecting coins, kind of sparked that interest, and my mother very much encouraged it. She would come home from work or from grocery shopping or wherever, and she'd dump her pocket change into a bowl and hand it to me to sort through. I'd go through her change and pull out anything that was valuable, interesting, unique, whatever. Anything I felt was valuable, interesting, or unique. Most of those items I no longer have in my collection. They've been culled at various times as I've gone through sorting things out and removed things that I initially thought were valuable but weren't, or replaced with better examples, things like that. So I really don't have most of that early stuff, but these few items here are the ones with the most sentimental value of the earliest items in my collection. So probably right up until around high school, I was very heavily into collecting coins, and kind of fell by the wayside somewhere around there. I still had my coin collection, but I wasn't actively collecting, and it basically sat in a box in storage for years and years and years. And during COVID, during the lockdown, I found myself unemployed at home with lots of time on my hands, and I found myself watching a lot of YouTube videos and kind of fell down the rabbit hole of watching videos about coins and coin collecting and precious metals and stacking, prepping, all that sort of stuff. And it, brought back that interest in coins and collecting. And I decided to buy a few pieces. I made a few purchases online, on eBay, a couple on YouTube. I bought some bullion from my bank. And when my very first poured metal art pieces arrived from a very talented artist by the name of 49's Fine Silver, purchased from his YouTube channel, I decided I would make a YouTube video of my own to unbox them and show them off. And so that's how my channel got started. I basically just made a one-off video, decided, hey, I'll show off these cool purchases I bought from 49's in Australia, show them off, and I just sort of continued making videos from there. So mainly it's a way of sharing my hobby. I don't know a lot of people locally that collect coins. I don't really have any actual friends in the real world friends or family members who collect coins. I mean, my grandmother did, but she's not around anymore. And so it's not really a topic that comes up at all. I don't get to show off my coin collection. I don't get to talk to anybody about coins really. And YouTube has been an outlet for that. It's been a way for me to show off my coin collection, talk about my interest in these coins, why they interest me, the things I like about them. And it's allowed me to get my kids interested as well. My daughter Charlotte, my son Liam, both now have coin collections. They're interested in the hobby. Charlotte's got her own channel, Charlotte47. You should check out and subscribe. My oldest daughter has no interest in coins. I think I waited too long to show her my collection and get her interested. So she has no interest in it, but that's okay too. To each their own, right? So now I've got my kids I can talk about coins with and show off my coins and go to local coin stores with. And I've got the entire YouTube community, and you guys are awesome. And so, yeah, that's basically what all I started out doing, was just showing off some of my coins and talking about my interest in them. And that's really all this channel ever was meant to be. It's a way to show my coins. You guys have all been great. I've made some great friends along the way, and I'd like to hear from you as well. So, this was the startup challenge, as Silver Scorpion called it in his video. So I'm, stepping up to his challenge. I'm making a video talking about how I got started in the coin community and on YouTube. I'd like to hear from you guys. Give me some comments. Tell me about how you got started collecting coins, or how you got interested in precious metals. If you're a content creator, tell me about why you started your channel. Or better yet, make a video about it. Tell me in a video. Why did you start your YouTube channel? What got you interested in coins? How did you start collecting? Show off some of your earlier pieces if you still have them. Anyway, I've spent enough time rambling here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.